360-degree feedback is probably the gold standard for rating performance, particularly of managers and leaders. Now, just let me define it for those who may not be familiar with the term. 360 degree, of course, is a full circle, and this comes from thinking about the org chart. If you have a participant in the middle, then 360 refers to getting a full circle of feedback about that person. And the reason to do this really comes from a very basic question. Who would provide the most accurate rating for an individual participant? Is it the person, him or herself? Sometimes those ratings are high, sometimes they're low. Is it the person's boss? Well, that's a pretty good one. But wait a minute, what about the person's subordinates? If they're a supervisor or a manager, don't they have a legitimate perspective? Well, yes. What about their peers? Don't they have a legitimate perspective, and might it not be a bit different than the others? Well, yes, that's true too. The answer is not one, but all of them have legitimate perspectives and are legitimate candidates to rate that person, because the relationship with all of them is very important. So what 360-degree feedback enables you to do is to collect that data from the full circle of people on an org chart that surround one of your trainees. Again, they're usually supervisors or managers. And then compare and contrast the ratings between those different people to look for similarities and to look for differences. And quite frankly, there may be differences. I have seen supervisors who were very good at managing up, that is, at performing so his or her boss thought they were doing a great job, but who didn't do a very good job with his or her subordinates. And we could concoct other scenarios. Maybe they do a great job with peers and subordinates, but not so well with his or her boss, and so on and so forth. And so really, for that person to be effective, they have to be good in all the relationships. And that's what 360-degree feedback does for us, is to show us that full picture. It's also possible to use this module to do partial 360. That is, you could just do their supervisor rating and self-rating to compare those two. Or maybe you want to just do self, subordinates, and supervisor, and so on. So it's a very, very powerful module that helps us get the full picture of an individual's performance, both on the pre-test and on the post-test.